You see this tea? This shit fire. I ain't even gonna cap. Lemonade, apple juice from concentrate, 39 grams of sugar. That's a lot. But it tastes good though. It's not the best for you. But you see the symbol on here? The peace? In the beginning of my videos, I put up the peace sign this way. When I say peace, God, peace, goddess. And this is the Kemetic sign. And Kemet is the original name for Egypt. When it was conquered, they named it Egypt. But it originally was named Kemet, meaning the land of black faces. This is the Kemetic peace sign. When Kemet was conquered and became Egypt, this became the peace sign, which is the V for victory. Victory through separation, dividing and conquering. Victory. After conquering, this was the sign. This was our original peace sign. Unity, love, oneness, harmony, balance. I call you goddess or God. That means you at your highest potential. You in your essence, who you really are underneath, outside of the matrix, outside of your flesh. Who you are. Sons and daughters of the Most High. Oh, what's the word? I always say that when I get downloads. Nah, I've been on this walk of faith. I ask God to reveal a lot. And one thing I want to say is, like, you definitely want to ask for, you know, strength to go along with that, because just knowing, ignorance is bliss. Because once you know, like the Weeknd said, happiness exists when you don't know. So, I've been going through a lot of betrayals, being set up, backstabbed, framed, all types of stuff. But it's part of the journey, and it gives me adversity. And I realize this whole thing about being chosen is that we choose God, and so God chooses us. So this whole thing about being chosen isn't just a random selection. It's a choice. When you choose God, God chooses you. And you choose to answer the call. You have a purpose. We all have purpose. If you chose to be a hero, or you chose to walk the path of Christ, or you chose to be a good person, or you chose to be a bad person, or you chose to be neutral, or however you perceive it, you have to imagine what is that person's lifestyle and who is their opposition. So if you chose to be a person who has integrity, who upholds morals and values, you will be given a chance in this life to prove that. Not to anyone else, but you and God. Now God can show things through your actions. You can inspire others. But it's really about you and your choice. and in every moment choosing love or fear. If you chose to be an upstanding citizen, who is your opposition? How do you treat your opposition? If this is a movie, if this is a TV show, if this is an anime, cartoon, a sitcom, who are you in that movie, TV show, sitcom? That's you. Are you the main character? Are you the villain? So in your life, you get to choose who you will be. And the thing is, in this life, you may be that in someone else's story, in someone else's perception, in someone else's world. What may look like 6 from your angle may look like 9 from someone else's. It may look like 1 to somebody else, or the Fibonacci sign. But these are perceptions. I've been tapping in with my dark side, the subconscious. That's where the power lies. We only access, on average, 85% of it. But it weighs so much power over our lives. And this is the whole thing why they chant 369 and programming. The whole reason why they give you commercials to programming your subconscious. Suggestions, media, distractions, events, music, movies, to feed your subconscious. Why? Because it weighs more on your conscious. It weighs more on you as an individual than your conscious. You make a lot of choices subconsciously. Like, when you're gonna wake up in the morning, you have a biological clock. How do you reset that clock? How do you throw that clock off? What is that clock in alignment with? Sometimes you always wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Why is that? I've been doing this for months. Because your subconscious is aligned with the moon, and the moon is peaking in the middle of the sky. It's connected with your subconscious, where your body is tired. And so you'll wake up later because your subconscious decided, I need sleep. I'm depleted. I need a little bit longer to sleep. Or it's in imbalance and connection with the sun, and it rises with the sun. Because the memory knows, now it's time for me to absorb the sun's energy or connect with the sun, or for me to rise. Like morning wood. I've been learning about the darkness. We pick our poison. The darkness exists to give us free will and duality. Look at this. Enriched cornmeal, acid, preservatives, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, milk, cheddar cheese, acid, potassium salt, buttermilk, 40 late, yellow 6 late, yellow 6, yellow 5. All different chemical dyes affecting your organs, your pancreas, your adrenal gland, your brain. Preservatives and acid. Why do I eat this? Because it's cheap. It's close to where I live at, and it tastes good. Now, if I eat this, does this mean I'm not conscious? No. Does this mean I'm not woke? No. We pick our poison. Even Dr. Sebi, when he was healing, he said, I can't let go of fish. He said, that's the hardest thing for me to give up. We pick the negatives in our life, the darkness. When we're born, we're surrounded in it. Whatever our circumstances are, the cards we dealt. But as we get older, we pick our poison because we have the ability to change certain things, and then we become choosing it. A lot of times subconsciously, out of trauma. And this is why I began accessing the darkness through shadow work. Now shadow work, that's going through your traumas, reviewing them, gaining the knowledge from it, bringing the light to the darkness. You're consciously doing this to your shadow. You're accessing it, making light of it, drawing wisdom and knowledge from the experience, but also healing it, changing how you perceive it, alchemizing it with the key for your greater good, alchemizing the energy using your philosopher's stone. Now, traumas keep us trapped. 11:55 on the timer, as I said that. Traumas keep us trapped in whatever state and frame of mind and development process we were in, the energy and the state of mind, the state of being that we were in at the time that it happened. Now, I met a homie who said this. Got off the bus with him. He said a nigga stop aging when by the time when his daddy go to jail, he stopped aging. And I said, what? He said, yeah. He don't grow up until he come back home. He said time stopped for him at that moment. And I was like, what? And I really thought about that. He was speaking about himself. These traumas do trap us. Things like parents divorcing, parents being absent, experiencing abuse, emotional, mental, physical. All these different types of abuses, even sexual abuse. All these different types of abuses, they tend to trap us in this darkness. Like you see in the movie Soul. Because it's misdirected energy and it causes you to focus and hyper-focus on something. That's why you want closure in a toxic relationship. Because you want understanding so you can process the energy and release it in a positive way. Until then, you're stuck. It's corrupt data in your hard drive. It's festering. You're focusing on it. You're unable to move past it because you don't understand it. Syntax error. Syntax error. Corrupt data could potentially corrupt the entire hard drive. That is trauma and toxicity. The darkness is a tool. It isn't inherently evil. We use both dark and light, but we are the light in the darkness. It's not what you do or how you do it. It's not just your actions, but your intentions. Only God knows the man's heart.